My name is Emma Neve, and I'm an eighth grade English teacher at John F. Kennedy Middle School. And I'm really fortunate that the Suffolk Education Foundation fully funded my grant for this school year for Scholastic Scope magazines. Scholastic Scope is a magazine for the classroom for middle school age students that uses interesting articles for students to teach a variety of English language arts skills. I was really hesitant when SEF asked me to apply for this again because none of us knew at that point what this school year was going to look like. Um, but I did it anyway because my students love these magazines. And so we've been really fortunate this school year to still be able to use these because everything that is in these physical magazines is accessible online. And so we've still been able to read paired passages and flash fiction and short stories and poems. And furthermore, Scope has really stepped up their game when it comes to providing for teachers. For every piece of text that is in these magazines, they provide pre-made activities that all teachers have to do is just add them to their Google Drive and make whatever adjustments they need before assigning them to students. And we all know that our workload has increased dramatically this school year. And it has really been such a relief to just, all I have to do is pick the story or the article that I want to read and make the adjustments to match our standards of learning and assign it to students. And my kids have loved it. We have gotten to do some really cool activities. We have read about the stinky history of hygiene, which has been great. We have been scared senseless by the suspense of a scary short story. And we have even flexed our acting muscles by performing a few plays online. And all the while we're having this fun, my kids are learning and reinforcing really crucial reading and writing skills. And so I'm incredibly grateful to the Suffolk Education Foundation for funding my grant. And I definitely encourage any of my colleagues here in Suffolk, if there is a project that you really want to do in your virtual or your physical classroom, apply for it because you never know how it could pan out for both you and your students.
Hello, my name is Sarah McDonald, and I am the instructor for the Biomedical Sciences program. I'm very fortunate to work here in Suffolk Public Schools in this STEM program. STEM education, particularly for the Biomedical Sciences program, allows students to apply their knowledge in a practical way to gain experience in biological science practices, but also activates their mind and opens doors to their future. With these STEM activities comes the need for consumable lab supplies that are necessary and sometimes requires extra funding. I have been very privileged to be funded by the Suffolk Education Foundation since 2015. The SEF grants have supplied critical equipment, making lab activities possible for the students in the biomedical program. The Suffolk Education Foundation has provided over $10,000 in equipment and supplies to the biomedical program. These supplies have enhanced student engagement and helped students in the biomedical program engage in lab practices that build their understanding and give them the experience needed when they leave the program and enter the real world. Suffolk Education Foundation's grants have funded projects that include genetic research, such as recombinant DNA, uh, designing prosthetics. They have given us 3D printers, exploration in biotech research, which includes cancer research, environmental studies, and the effects of toxic substances in the environment. This year, currently, we are trying to explore behavioral research. All this is possible through the funding of the SEF grant. I greatly appreciate all the support from the Suffolk Education Foundation, and I thank you, and I know my students appreciate and thank you also.
Newport News Shipbuilding. We're building on an American legacy of quality, pride, and excellence, where craftsmen and women build the most technologically advanced submarines and aircraft carriers in the world for the United States Navy. Newport News Shipbuilding, celebrating 135 years of always good ships.